I pretended to have a vasectomy 2 years later, and my wife is pregnant. My wife and I have been married for 9 years, and we have 2 kids together, and we aren't planning on having any more. Well, my wife is set on that idea, but I wanted to have at least 5 kids, and she only wanted to have 1 or none. This doesn't take away from the fact that she is a great mother. It's just her preference. Going into the marriage, we sort of compromised to have maybe 2 or 3 kids. I am set on having 3, but she didn't want any more. It's been 5 years since having the first 2, and around 2 years ago, she was hell-bent on me getting a vasectomy. I wasn't comfortable with it and refused, but it became the center of our arguments. We dated for 5 years before getting married, so we have been together for a total of 12 years when this occurred. Now we have been together for 14 years. These were such lovely times, and I didn't want to end our relationship on this, especially since we have kids together. So I agreed to the vasectomy after months of arguing. Fast forward to now, my wife is pregnant. She doesn't know how this could have happened, but I do. I never got the vasectomy. 2 years ago, I pretended that I got it and told her someone else took me to the appointment, and I took off a week of work so I can recover from it.
Wow. Went full in on that.
Oh yeah. I tried to be precaution during sex by pulling out, but it clearly didn't work. Now my wife is furious as I told her that the vasectomy could have failed rather than telling her the truth. She is also scheduling appointments with lawyers so she can sue the practice in which I received the surgery. However, if they have the records, it will prove that I never got it. Now my wife is also thinking about having an abortion, but I am trying to convince her to drop this whole thing, and if anything, this child is a miracle. What should I do now? I'm worried if I tell her the truth, then she will leave me. I don't want to lose her. She is the love of my life. I don't know what I can do without her. I know this is my fault, but please help me on how I should go about this. My fiance may die. His sister wants half of our house if he passes. My fiance was in a car accident about a week ago. He has a 50-50 chance of surviving, though things have started to look up. His sister is also his birth mother. She got pregnant at 13 and his grandparents adopted him. So legally, she is his sister.
Whoa.
She has never had any involvement in his life. His adoptive parents died 3 years ago. My fiance and I have 2 children together and own a house. We have been together since we were 13 and are getting married this October. Our house is nearly paid off and I can't afford to pay half of the house equity to her by myself. I have no idea what to do or if she even has a stake in the house. He is 23 and does not have a will. He also has a life insurance policy that she wants half of. I can't get a lawyer to talk to me without coming in for a $600 plus consult.
Yeah.
I'm hoping someone can give me some kind of direction so I can stop worrying about my children and I becoming homeless and focus on my fiance. This is in Ohio. Thank you. My post got a decent amount of attention. I thought I would get an update to everyone as I still get really sweet messages from people wishing me well, praying for me and my family.
Aww.
My fiance, now husband, did pull through.
Yay!
He's currently in our backyard setting up a tent to camp out with our 2- and 3-year-old boys. He was in a coma for over a month and the doctors were pretty sure he would never wake up.
Wow.
His recovery was slow and he still goes to physical therapy 4 times a week, but he is pretty much back to normal now and we couldn't be happier. Although it was a horrible thing to go through, it changed both of us for the better. You don't realize how much the small things matter until they're about to be taken from you. He was appalled by his sister's actions.
Sister mom.
When I finally discussed it with him. We recently both made wills and made sure there is no chance sister-in-law or brother-in-law will get any money if both of us were to pass.
Right.
Or, God forbid, our children too. We also chose godparents for our children and we are expecting a baby girl in 2018. Am I the asshole for not telling my brother? My girlfriend plays tennis. I, 25 female, have been dating my girlfriend, 29 female, for a year and a half. My family never had a problem with my sexual orientation and they adore my girlfriend. However, she's a lawyer and pretty professional with most people. So those who don't know her well, take her for a person who only knows how to work and nothing else. She doesn't usually correct anyone, but she is good at a lot of things. My brother, 28 male, and I have always had a kind of rivalry going on. He was the golden child and still loves rubbing things in my face. It is mostly playful, but it gets very disturbing at times. Ever since I started dating my girlfriend, things have escalated a little bit. He would find the smallest, dumbest mistake I make and turn it into a huge issue. We were on vacation with my extended family, including uncles, cousins, etc. And my girlfriend was also with us. There was a tennis court, and my brother started challenging everyone to a mini tournament. My girlfriend is an excellent tennis player. She plays tennis 3 days a week, but she was was talking to my dad, so she said she'd rather pass. He wasn't having it, but I talked my brother out of it and said my girlfriend wasn't interested. After a few games, my brother came after her and started jokingly teasing her about being scared to play. My girlfriend accepted the challenge and destroyed him on the court. Literally. Everyone was cheering for her and he lost the game. My girlfriend didn't even celebrate her win and said it wasn't fair to my brother because he was playing with someone at a much higher level. He later told me I was an absolute asshole for allowing him to make a fool out of himself. He said I told him she wasn't interested and that he thought I meant she didn't know how to play.
Your fault.
I still don't know what his issue is, but I kind of feel guilty after he lost so badly. Should I have told him my girlfriend was a pro? Am I the asshole for calling my sister stupid and her husband shitty parents from the start because of what they want to name their kid? Okay, so just a little context, because this topic is incredibly touchy for me. I am a man who was given a woman's name at birth. A good example is naming your son Alice. It's not what my name was, but it's close. My parents are hippie and gave their oldest son a girl's name to stick it to the man, and I will never forgive them for it. The name caused me to be bullied and damaged my professional life in ways I cannot describe. Power of a name. We have said that a lot.
Power of a name.
My sister is pregnant with her first child, a girl. She and her husband are ecstatic. It just sucks that she inherited my parents' stupid propensity to see their children as fashion statements. Last night, she revealed to the family the name of her daughter. It's Crystal. Krxstxl. So X's instead of Y's.
Yeah.
She wants to name her daughter Crystal. I already don't like that name, but it's at least appropriate. He spelled out Crystal, normal.
Yeah.
I was not surprised to learn that my mom helped come up with the name. When she told me, I told her it was a terrible idea. If she wants to name her Crystal, name her Crystal. She tried to explain to me why the X's are there, and I just told her it does not matter.
Wait, I want to know. Doing
She's naming a human, not a dog. I don't care what kind of fashion statement she's trying to make. This is a person who will have to live with that name until they die, or has it changed? She and my mom brushed me off as just complaining because I was never able to accept my name. I told my sister she was being either selfish, stupid, or an incredibly strong combination of the two if she thinks her daughter will want a stupid name like Crystal with X's. We got into an argument and I told her I already see her and her husband as shitty parents for using their kid to be off-brand with her name and left right after. My sister is not taking it well at all, and my mom is furious at me. I'm starting to wonder if I was too harsh. I will not change my opinion on that incredibly stupid name, but I'm wondering if branding her as a shitty parent was too far.
I, 30 male, am considering ending my relationship with my partner, 26 female, due to her being $250,000 in debt. I am a 30-year-old male and I have a well-paying job, roughly $100,000 per year and no debt. My girlfriend has $250,000 in private student loans from undergraduate private school with a variable interest rate. Recently, the interest hit over 11% and doing the math on the loans has me devastated. Okay, before we even read on further, I am one of those people who I'm okay with you breaking up over debt because you're not just marrying the person, you're marrying all that crap too. So that her debt becomes your debt. With how fast it is growing, she will need to put $25,000 a year into it just to keep it in the same place. That basically guarantees that I will never have financial help during our relationship. Additionally, with how much she will need to work just to pay the loans, I won't have much help around the house or with our kids if and when we have some either. I keep blaming myself that I can't just deal with it. It's just money, right? But at the same time, when I look at the reality of the situation, I can't help but feel I need to walk away from this situation. Number one cause of divorce is financial problems. Just putting it out there. Additionally, she's going back to school in the fall for a higher paying job, probably 60 to 85K income at the end realistically, with the possibility of 125K a year if she works herself to death. But this program will add another 30K in federal loans. I think this is a bad decision, but it's also the only option she seems to have to up her income. A lot of jobs that if you get a full-time job with a good company, they'll pay for you for your extended education. I hope a lot of people know that. Like, they will, a good sized company will pay you to get higher education. You don't have to go do it yourself and then get another job. I feel like I don't want to wait until I'm 45 when this debt might be paid off to have children. I don't want to put my life on hold in this way, but I also love her a lot. We've talked a lot about this and about her plan to pay it down, etc. It now feels like my options are either accept that this is reality and it will be many years before she's free of this debt, or end the relationship.